Hello, Grace Community Church. Pastor Steve here. Today is June 3rd. We're continuing our journey cover to cover through the Bible. We're still in the book of Proverbs, and today we're looking at Proverbs chapter 22 through 24. Now, I've mentioned to you before, the best way to read the book of Proverbs, in my opinion, is to pray beforehand, Lord, give me the specific proverb that I need to hear today, because there's so much wisdom here that it's easy to get overwhelmed by the wideness, the breadth of it, and then miss out on that specific word that God is giving you today. Now, here's a theme that's come up over and over again. Chapter 2, don't rob the poor. And it gives you a very good reason. The Lord defends them. So have you noticed how many times the word the poor has come up? This is important. But also notice that he's balancing this with, do you want to get poor? Do nothing. Fold your hands. We see both of these here. One is a challenge to people who are on a trajectory to become poor. Watch out, work hard, be disciplined. But it's also a word to those who have been successful. Pay attention to those with needs around you. Both of those are combined here. Here's another one that I thought was interesting. Don't wear yourself out trying to get rich. I mean, how many people work overtime, time and time again, and it seems like they have no life in and of themselves? So there's a song written by a guy named T-Bone Burnett. I've always liked his music, but he has a song called Trap Door. I want to give you the lyrics of it. It's a funny thing about humility. As soon as you know you're being humble, you're no longer humble. It's a funny thing about life. You've got to give up your life to be alive. You've got to suffer to know compassion. You can't want nothing if you want satisfaction. And he goes on. It's a funny thing about love. The harder you try to be loved, the less lovable you are. It's a funny thing about pride, is that when you're being proud, you should be ashamed. You find only pain if you seek after pleasure. Here's the last one. You work like a slave if you seek after leisure. And that's exactly what Solomon's doing. This poem, The Trapdoor, is what Solomon is saying. Be careful about working for wealth and then working yourself to death. And then it says a verse which I got a kick out of. So when I was a teenager, I was listening to a Christian artist named Phil Keaggy. And this is the lyrics of a song. Have you ever noticed that money can grow things like wings and like the sun disappears in the west? And what is today's reading? I read in verse 5 of chapter 23. Have you ever noticed that money can grow things like wings and like the sun disappears in the west? That's the nature of money. Don't base your life on money. Chapter 23, verse 13, discipline your children. Now, I grew up with the King James Version. Spare the rod, spoil the child. It's funny how the translations kind of modify that a little bit. It comes down to this, though. If you want children that make good choices, they need to be disciplined. And then he spends a whole bunch of verses on taverns, which is really his poetic, metaphorical way of saying getting caught up in too much drink. Is this a problem? All over our nation. Our church wisely has an AA group to help people in this pattern. All of these things are principles of wisdom. Which one applies to you? We'll see more tomorrow. God bless you. Have a great day.